C1. You are listening at FameTV.info. Yeah, Han Qian laid on the bed, her round and beautiful hair swaying from the impact of the man behind her. A trace of redness surfaced on her little face. She bit her lip so that her moans didn't sound too indulgent. Although they had been married for more than 3 years, Han Qian still felt shy when she had sex with her husband. Behind him, Chen Shan's collision became even more violent. Han Qian's beautiful buttocks stimulated Chen Shan's eyes, making him more and more excited. Chen Shan was a bit proud. He had such a beautiful wife, which man in the village wouldn't be envious of her. The only thing he was dissatisfied with was that Han Qian could not let go of him in bed. However, this did not disturb Chen Shan's sexiness. He panted as he attacked, but his strength did not weaken in the slightest as it increased in ferocity. Han Qian almost couldn't take this anymore as she subconsciously shrunk her body. This time, Chen Shan was forced to surrender. After the matters were settled, Han Qian laid down on the brick bed to rest. However, Chen Shan sighed, "This year's harvest is not good, and you still have to go out and work to supplement your family's income." "My wife, don't worry. When the work in the fields is done, I'll go out and find a job. When that time comes, you won't have to work so hard." Hearing this, Han Qian shook her head. "You can't be the only one supporting your family." When Chen Shan heard this, his heart warmed. To have such a caring wife, it was a blessing he had gained from his previous life. The two of them continued to warm up for a while. When it was noon, Chen Shan got up and went to work. His cousin, Lu Jie, who worked in the city, introduced Han Qian to a job as a nanny. Today, Han Qian was going to apply for a job in the city. According to the address that Lu Jie gave, Han Qian searched for a long time. Seeing that luxurious private villa surprised her a little. She didn't expect this family to be so rich, so she rang the doorbell. Zhao Bin was even more shocked than Han Qian when he opened the door and saw her standing outside. When he heard that the nanny he had been introduced to was a rural girl who had even been married, he thought it was a simple rural woman. However, the Han Qian standing in front of him was completely different from what he had imagined. She wore simple and unadorned clothes, but it couldn't cover up her exquisite curves. Her body was protruding from the front and back, and her figure was similar to the models that Zhao Bin had seen in the past. Although she had a straight face, her facial features were pretty. Especially her pair of beautiful eyes, which looked forward to it. Her skin was as white and tender as milk, not a bit as rough as that of a peasant woman. If it wasn't for her dressing, Zhao Bin would have thought he saw a celebrity. "May I ask if this is Brother Zhao's home?" Only then did Zhao Bin come back to his senses. He hurriedly said, "Yes, come in." When Han Qian walked past him, Zhao Bin smelled a faint body fragrance from her, which was even better than any perfume he had ever smelled before. He couldn't help but feel energized. Zhao Bin originally only wanted to hire a babysitter to take care of his house when he was busy. He never thought that Han Qian would give him such a big surprise. Zhao Bin was very satisfied with the prospect of being in the same room as such a beautiful woman. Who wouldn't want to admire such a beautiful thing? Zhao Bin simply asked Han Qian for her salary. Surprised, Han Qian widened her beautiful eyes. "That much?" Han Qian didn't expect that a nanny job could earn her salary. Indeed, the city was different. This is the basic standard of the city. What do you think? If you think you can, then stay. Han Qian herself wanted to make money to subsidize the family, so she nodded her head, "No problem." On the same day, Han Qian stayed at Zhao Bin's house. Originally, she wanted to clean up the room, but Zhao Bin said that she had come today and had a good night's rest. In the evening, Han Qian wanted to take a bath, so she went into the bathroom. The bathroom seemed to be very high and the size of the bathtub could fit 3 people. Han Qian had never seen many things. Han Qian studied it for a long time before she finally dared to open the shower. It should be similar to the shower in town. She originally wanted to test the temperature of the water, but she didn't expect the water to gush out and splash Han Qian. The water was burning hot, causing her to scream in shock. Upon hearing the shriek, Zhao Bin, who had been working on the document in his room, hastily ran to Han Qian's room to check it out. Upon entering the bathroom and seeing Han Qian, Zhao Bin was instantly stunned. Han Qian's body was covered in water, and the originally loose shirt and shirt stuck closely to her body, further accentuating her beautiful figure. The shirt she wore was thin to begin with. After being drenched by the water, it became somewhat transparent. One could even vaguely make out the outline of her undergarment. It was extremely seductive. Zhao Bin was a normal man who had been single for a long time. Suddenly seeing such a powerful scene, he couldn't help but stare at Han Qian's chest. Han Qian quickly covered her chest with her hand. Big bro Zhao, I'm sorry, I just want to take a bath, but I can't use it. A faint blush appeared on her beautiful face, afraid that Zhao Bin would despise her clumsiness. Only then did Zhao Bin regain his senses. He hurriedly said, "Let me help you with your transfer." Zhao Bin showed Han Qian how to adjust the pedals. Han Qian leaned over to Zhao Bin and carefully examined him. A tempting fragrance wafted into Zhao Bin's nose. As he looked at Han Qian's charming face, which was right in front of him, his mind was slightly shaken. Listen to the full novel at FameTV.info, direct link in the description.